So there's sort of I would say a spectrum of complexity with these quizzes, and I'm going to go through kind of in increasing order of complexity. So we'll start with the most basic, and then we'll work our way to something on the more complex side. Looks like you guys can see my screen. So first, we just have one quiz, a couple questions, one, two questions, and then four products that it can end up on. So I'm just going to walk through the quiz, as it would appear on a website, and then kind of get more into the details of how it's made. So first, let's take a look here. So we see I can start the quiz on this, kind of introduction page. Which beer style suits you best? I'm going to take the quiz. My answers are, I prefer foods that taste sweet. My favorite season is summer. And then, I am met with the Pilsner. That's my style that the algorithm has decided. I laugh at algorithm because it's really actually really simple what's happening here. If we go back to the quiz, you can see that no matter which answer I picked on the first quiz, you can kind of see by these sort of arrows that direct to the next scene. No matter which answer I selected on the first question, whether it was salty or sweet, I was going to get to this second question right away. And then this question, spring, summer, fall, winter, was actually the only question that really affected what my final answer would be, because it's simple enough. The interaction on this on-click widget here on this link is actually what's going to drive me to the correct sort of final product. So had I clicked spring, I would have gotten an IPA. I did click summer, and that's why I got Pilsner. Had I clicked fall, I would have gotten sour, so on and so forth. And so in this way, you can build a fairly simple, quiz, easy to understand how to build it. It's really just a matter of, if someone clicks on, this answer, I want them to have this product. And so the reason why this is useful is pretty quick turnaround to make something like this. Like, for example, I think this took me literally less than 10 minutes to put together for the sake of this demonstration. But it does give you kind of a like guided shopping experience, sort of. Just kind of makes your customer feel like their input is being considered in what product they are being presented with. And so obviously, in the real world, you would add a sort of a link to a PDP or some type of shoppable page here, such that when the customer gets to this final page, they go, great, we think you'll love a Pilsner, and here's what you can do about it. You can go shop, and I would click and go shop that item. And so that is really kind of the simplest iteration here. Like I said, two questions. The number of questions kind of doesn't really matter, especially on something like this, where that final question is really making that decision for you. You could have 10 questions before this. As long as that final question sort of steers you in the right direction, you're all set there. And I did want to start here just to kind of give the general idea of walking through a quiz. You go through a few questions and you're met with a product in the end that is shoppable.